In the name of Allah, in the name of Him, the most beneficent, the most merciful, my name is Gabriel Morton, and I present you very, very important international radio and YouTube and TV program. God bless you all of the peoples in the world, every nation, and God bless all of the developer, broadcasters, web pages, social media members who reflect my voice for all of the nations and all of the countries. I am your friend. Doesn't matter if you are Muslim or non-Muslim, if you are American, European, Asian, I am a good friend for you, and I will prove for you by giving gift to every nation and every country. What would be my gift? For example, if I travel to Moscow and stay there, all of the previous Soviet Union countries will join and merge with Russia. If I travel to the south of the Europe, I will make for farmers a lot of rain and water and make it possible and make it economic farming for every farmers in Mexico, in desert Sahara of Africa, and at the south of the America, California. God bless you all. And many other things, many other gifts that I will do and I will present to every noble nations who want improvement of the life, not just only for themselves and their nation, but also for all of the other nations. What would be my gift? If I travel in Japan, I will go to the laboratory, and by help of greatest physicists who live inside Japan, I will make it possible in the laboratory to make a device or a lot of device about seeing the angels, and after make it possible for Japanese people communicating with angels, they will believe in angels, and that will be very, very interesting for Japanese scientists, that their traditions, their customs, their religions, and their ancient wisdom is compatible with our findings, scientific findings. Similar the way that all of the nations will be amazing for themselves, how our ancestors 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, they had enough technology and devices about communicating with angels. But unfortunately, this knowledge lost because of many reasoning, and that is not our subject. I present for all of the nations and all of the world's people, I present gabrielism philosophy. What is gabrielism philosophy? The philosophy of the gabrielism not just only deal with reasoning and logic, but also physics and metaphysics, science and religion, and will introduce for you the truth that I recognized, that is so much vivid and clear for me, so that is not deniable for me, but I want to introduce for you and want to say you that is possible, especially for you and more especially for Japanese scientists to understand whatever I perceived about many things. For example, about reincarnation, I can bring scientific truths. So that is very, very important. That will make new hatch toward the unknown for all of the human beings. And this new hatch will be very, very useful for all of the humankind who live on Earth. For example, for America, that will make blessing. After introducing the philosophy of the Gabrielism and kindness of the Jesus, they will be proof for Americans after making communication with the consciousness of the Jesus. they will stop any harsh, any brutal, any savage attack. Anybody who are using the gun inside the United States will stop to do something against the society, including teenagers. I will open a new way, scientific and metaphysical and spiritual way for teenagers inside the United States of America, and all of the social disasters inside the United States will be over forever. So this is my gift for all of the human beings, and a lot of other new openings, new hatch to the unknown will be open for all of the humankind. So let me just a little. I describe one aspect of the philosophy, and that is about marriage. Before that, I want to say that whatever I am telling you, that is not hypothesis or hallucination or something like that. This is not theory. For me, this is so clear, like the physical law, like the anything that we sure about the existence of that. We are sure about existence of the water. And I want to give you the same about everything that was unknown for all of the human beings. So I am not liar, I am not the cheater about something that I don't have any information. For example, like UFO, I don't have any experience about. I didn't know UFO, and I can't prove that because that was not happening for me to communicate with UFO. But about angels, I want to say that there are outside angels, and I am not bluffing, I am not joking. I want to give you the device that is the quantum scanner and quantum telescopes that will make possible for all of the human being to communicate with it, angels. That is very, very important new way because that make it possible for you to deal and negotiate with Jesus. You can summon, you can evoke the dead people, even Adolf Hitler, even all of the good and bad kings during the history. You can summon the consciousness of the scientists, for example, Albert Einstein, Tesla, and you can communicate with them. Also, that would be very, very important for a history writer. They can communicate with the dead peoples by evoking, by summoning their consciousness in the laboratory, and that will make open source, and we can distinguish why happened a lot of deviations and difference for religions. We can even summon the prophets' consciousness, and we can communicate with those consciousness. I am not bluffing, I am not joking. For proving that I am telling you truth, you can test me. I can make, for example, 2 months, every minute will rain inside California. But for do this, I have to travel there, and also I have to negotiate with the peoples and describe for them how that is possible to do astral projection, and how we can bring a lot of privilege, bring a lot of celestial gift, bring a lot of trophies. We can bring from space to Earth a lot of treasures, and I am not joking. We can do this, and I promise to you that I have the knowledge that is truth and make it possible all of the unknown, most of the unknown and unbelievable things that is something like miracle or dreaming for everybody. I will make it possible. So I want to say that if I don't have any knowledge, for example, about UFO, I would never speak about that. But when I am talking about angels and negotiation with angels and take the instructions and teachings and knowledge directly from angels, I am not joking. Let me enter today, just few minutes. I want to speak about the marriage in the Gabrielism philosophy. Gabrielism philosophy is the advanced version and purified version of your religion, and you can find your religion inside this philosophy. So let us start about the philosophy of the Gabrielism, about marriage. In the philosophy of the Gabrielism, marriage is so sacred and holy that make it possible for a human being, especially about man and woman, merging of the souls. And before the merging and combining and joining the souls of the man and woman together, they have to merge their body together. So in the philosophy of the Gabrielism, every night, man and woman, before going to sleep, must make it continuing on this agreement of the marriage, this holy promise of the marriage. Before going to sleep, every man and woman, and at the time of the wedding, they have to dance to each other. Dancing for couples, for man and woman who want to marry or about to marry or they are marrying, dancing is very, very important because that is the preface of merging or combining the bodies. Before merging the souls, we have to merge bodies. So after marriage, in the philosophy of the Gabrielism, your body is the same body for your wife, and the body of your wife is your body. So you are not two separate beings. You join together to make a united body, and that is the order of the God. And this marriage is very, very holy, and nothing can't destroy this promise of the marriage, merging and unifying between man and woman. So this is the philosophy of the Gabrielism. And later on, I will describe more about the philosophy of the Gabrielism in every aspect of the life, especially about marriage. About, for example, myself, I want to marry with a Christian girl, and this marriage will lead to unification of the two great societies of the Muslims and Christians. Later on, I will describe more and more about that. But today, this YouTube program is about this great question, and I will try to answer to this question that I want to speak about. And that is, this question is, what is the problem of the Europe with Russia? And what is the problem of the Americans with Russia and its great nation? If we go for voting, and if we make a voting between Europeans and Americans, and ask, what is your problem with Russia and what is your problem with Vladimir Putin? What is your problem with Xi Jinping, a great leader and president of the China? What is your problem with Kim Jong-un? If we ask, what is your problem? I promise to you, 90% of the Americans, 90% of the great nation of the America, also the same Europeans, they will say we don't have any problem with the Russia and its great nation and even Vladimir Putin. I want to say that there is no problem potentially and practically between Russia and Europe, between Russia and America. The problem is between 1,000 topmost richest people and Russia. 1,000 topmost richest people in every place in the world, they are enemy for Russia, for China, for Iran, for Libya, for Venezuela, any country that has a lot of wealth. These 1,000 rich people, topmost rich people, not all of them, but 99% of them, they are enemy for great nation of Russia, for great nation of, for example, China, and they are enemy for Iran and many other countries that has a lot of underground and minery treasures and wealth. Why they are enemy? Why these 1,000 topmost richest people in the world, they are enemy for Russia nation and government, Venezuela nation and government, China nation and government? That is because they want chaos and they want to make disorder, and they want to make they want to destroy any social order in these countries. And after making these countries unsafe for most of the people, they can sell a lot of weapons. They can achieve more capital. They can achieve more wealth by destroying the peaceful life of these societies. So this is the truth. 90%, even 95% of the Americans, Europeans, they have not any problem with Russia, with Putin, etc., etc. But the topmost richest, 99%, not all of them, they are enemy for Russia, for Iran, and any other countries that has a lot of natural wealth and talent and scientists, etc., etc. They want to make unsafety in these societies, and after that, they want to pick up or take advantage of, or they want to steal these resources, this national wealth of these countries. What I am trying to say will lead to permanent peace between Russia and China and Western countries and Europe. So I want to say another thing. Also, Russia doesn't have any problem about other religion followers, about other, because Russia is Christian and have no problem with America, continent of America or Europeans. They are the same Christians. Russia also doesn't have any problem with people inside Europe and inside United States of America. Russia is worried about the capital flow of the capitalism and about the cheating by capitalism, about the conspiracy by these topmost richest people, because that is necessary for these topmost rich people. That is necessary for them if they want to increase their wealth. They have to find more great market, and if some countries like Russia and China and every other country make a barrier in the border and prevent activity by these great companies, great rich peoples, they will make barrier and they can't go inside Russia and sell their productions. So they are enemy, bloody enemy for every other nations, especially the rich nations in the world. So also Russia and China, both, they don't have any problem with Europeans and Americans. They will have, or they will encounter with the problem with these 1,000 top richest people in the world. About Iran and Republic Islamic of Iran, the situation is very, very different from China and Russia. Republic Islamic of Iran, who will be more isolated day by day, is enemy not just for Iranian nation, but is enemy for all of the countries, all of the non-Shiite people in the world. This regime is enemy for Islam and Muslims, enemy especially for Sunni people. And that is why I will say why Republic Islamic of Iran is enemy for Islam. Republic Islamic of Iran introduced themselves as most purified Islam in the world. And if you see their actions, their management, they did worse. They did so much bad. Even if we don't have any government inside Iran, Iran could be similar Dubai or even more wealthy than Dubai. Republic Islamic of Iran is the source of the corruption in Iran and outside of the Iran. They take Iranian people as a hostage and never let them grow, never let them to go outside easily, outside of the Iran, make a problem for immigration, and want to make 80 million slave, these mullahs of the Shiite they need. But they are wrong, and they will destroy all of the other countries. I want to say that why that is not possible, the permanent alliance between China and Russia and Iran. Because Iran don't believe the ideology of the Marxists, and they don't believe in the Russians culturally, religiously, economically. Also, Republic Islamic of Iran, they believe that Chinese, they are kuffar, they are out of religion, out of the correct path toward the God. They think they are not believers to the God, so they are not Muslims, so they are not deserved to be live happily. And the only good people in the world, they are based on opinion of the Republic Islamic of Iran. The only good people, these mullahs who are governing over Iran, they think. And you can't change this wrong way. So that is not possible. To make a permanent agreement or alliance between Iran, even between Iran and China, even and Russia. They have separate ways, and they think all of the countries, they are enemy, and they think correctly because they are enemy for all other religions, members, etc., etc., etc. So I want to say that there is not possible a permanent agreement and permanent alliance between Iran and Russia and China. And if China and Russia be enough smart, that I know they are so much smart, they would never make a permanent agreement and permanent contract with permanent alliance with the Republic Islamic of Iran because of many reasoning. The first, that Iranians, they hate Republic Islamic of Iran, most of them, and if someday Iran will be free from this wrong regime and this corrupted regime, and after that, that would be the turn of the Iranian to make revenge against Russia and China. So China and Russia both they are enough wise and enough smart that they don't want to make any permanent agreement and alliance with the Republic Islamic of Iran, because sooner or later the Iranian and nationalist Iranian will be dominant over the country, and they will make bad things against Russia and China. So they are enough smart to stop any supporting Republic Islamic of Iran who is against humankind, against every other religion and traditions and cultural heritage, just believe about themselves. If you see the way they clothes. They want to say to all of the nations, we are separate from you. We would not never use tie because we are better. We are more close to the God, and we we are different. And this selfishness, this narcissism, make them separate permanently from all of the countries, all of the religions, and make it they are narcissists, and they will do self-destruction. They will do self-destruction because they use bias, and they put in the positions of the power and management the most uneducated and foolish people. So they are not deserved to be in alliance with Russia and China, because by using this corrupted way, they make it possible and push into front and make it a lot of escape of the genius people and talents toward the West countries. A lot of genius people, scientists will immigrate from Iran, and this immigration is not good for Russia and China, because if Iranian genius, for example, physicists, travel to America, make economic power, robotic power for United States of America, and this regime is bad even for China and Russia, because make a lot of immigration, and this immigration is not good for Russia and China, because Iranian scientists, they are so much smart and will help America to be stronger, etc., etc., etc. So China and Russia thinks very wisely and would never make a permanent agreement with Iran, and that is the correct way. But about economic privilege, I want to say that if you see a lot of immigration from Iran to United States of America, to European countries, even to the Moscow and China, I am ready to travel and stay in Moscow. If I go there, I will make impossible things in the laboratory of the Russia possible, and I will share my knowledge with Russians, and Russians can dominate forever over all of the countries, because I have this special knowledge, and later on that will be proven for you. But what I am talking about craziness and negligence and uneducated people inside Iran who are in the power, and they use Iranian as a hostage, as a slave. What will happen in the future? If you think as economists, what is good economy? For example, if Vladimir Putin has totally or governing over the people, governing over a nation that they have 300 million house inside Russia. Vladimir Putin is the final manager of these 300 million house. This house is equal to increasement of the economy. One of the sign and one of the reasoning for people and for countries, they want more people, because more people will make more houses, more factory, and this make increasement of the national wealth for every country. But at the conditions that people travel and immigrate, they take themselves, their knowledge, their capital, their money, their genius, their talent for United States of America. Any immigration will lead to make America be more valuable, and America have to increase wealth, because they have to make more homes for new immigrants. So the economy is expanding after immigration. So my recommendation for Russia, for China, for European countries, for Canada, for United States of America, all open your doors for immigrants, especially about Iranians. Iranians have to evacuate and say goodbye to Iran because of you. You will see what will happen in Iran. The disasters of the Republic Islamic of Iran is Republic Islamic of Iran is enemy for Iranian nation, and that will be proven for all of the countries and all of the nations. Will be proven why Republic Islamic of Iran is not just only enemy for Iranian nation, but also enemy for all of the human beings and all of the other nations. Republic Islamic of Iran says that women, they are not equal with men, so woman is not legalized to participate in the elections and can be candidate for presidency and about leadership. While inside China and Russia, there is equality between men and women. And because of many other reasonings, Republic Islamic of Iran is enemy for women, enemy for freedom, enemy for human being, and that is not possible for any country to make permanent contract with Republic Islamic of Iran. I have to finish very, very soon, and just I want to add something very, very important. Republic Islamic of Iran use Iranian as a hostage and a slave. For example, I told over and over, if I travel in California, I can make 2 months permanent raining inside California for farmers. About Europeans, about Moscow, I will give them the gift of the knowledge. This knowledge is so much important because that will lead to great achievement in science and technology, and any country that I travel, I will make those country the topmost best country in the world. So I am not joking, I am not bluffing. About Iranian, for example, Republic Islamic of Iran, they don't want to use my consultation. Also, even not just government, but also Iranians who live under this government, for example, Tehran people, I said over and over, that would be easy for you to every Tehranian people who are suffering from bad quality of the air. They breathe every day a lot of carbon compounds, carbon harming compounds. So they breathe poison, and they don't want to invite me. Even in Tehran, I can make 2 months, 3 months permanent raining, and I can wash all of the pollutions inside Tehran. You see that if I travel to outside of the country, they will come after me and do anything that will prevent me to travel even to Moscow or China. They will do, and they want to do this. They want to use me as a hostage, but they are wrong. They are foolish. I am a Muslim, and I have a special knowledge. So the Republic Islamic of Iran is so much crazy. They could use my knowledge on behalf of the development of the true monotheism in the world, and I have the true Quran, and I will introduce what verses of the Quran they are wrong, and I will prove that. But I want to say that Republic Islamic of Iran is master of the shit thinking. If you see the Sharia or the rule of the religion, all of the book is talking about shits, and anybody who read shits think about shits, and his brain or her brain will be full of the shits. So they want to introduce Islam is equal to the shit, and shit is equal to the Islam, and they are even the enemy for Islam and Muslims. So all of the Muslim countries and societies will be enemy for Republic Islamic of Iran, And Russia and China prefer to make alliance with the more true Islam that is inside Saudi Arabia. So they introduced wrongly Islam and want to say to all of the world, we are the true Islam, and their management make it the worst if all of the peoples, most of the peoples in the world think badly about Islam. That is because of the Republic Islamic of Iran, who waste all of the wealth of the nation by Islam and introduce themselves as true purified Muslims. So they are enemy for Islam, and they don't want something like me, somebody like me, introduce the true Islam for all of the nations and all of the countries. They could use my knowledge, especially about reigning. I could show to all of the nations one of my metaphysical, spiritual way for all of the nation is making the verse of the Quran to the broadcasting wave in the world that make raining in every place. One of my tools to make raining in every country and even inside California is using Kausar. Kausar is the knowledge, the water, and many different things inside Iran, inside Quran. Inside Quran or Quran, God says to the Prophet Muhammad, we gifted for you Kausar. Just the second one is me. I also took the gift of the Kausar from Almighty Allah, and one of my ways for all of the human being about making rain is using Kausar. This is one of the spiritual way. The other way is summoning the Holy Spirit. I can evoke Holy Spirit in the Christian countries, and even I can summon the Holy Spirit inside the laboratory. I am not joking. I will describe later how that is possible for us to summon Jesus, to summon Holy Spirit inside laboratory and take information directly from Jesus and Holy Spirit. I am not joking. I am not bluffing. That is good for Christians and Muslims because that is the privilege of the Muslims and Christians. They can be the dominant religion in the world. A lot of people without leaving Hinduism, without leaving Buddhism, because Hinduism and Buddhism, they are similar to philosophy. You can be Christian at the same time the follower of the Hegel and Schopenhauer. So these religions, Zoroastrians, Buddhist, Confucianism, Hinduism, Shintoism, all these more similar to philosophy. They can have their own traditions and customs and religion, but at the same time they can go to the church and mosque to pray God. So in the laboratory, I will make it possible for you, even in the church, from laboratory to church, in the future days and in the future years, if I travel to your countries, that would be very, very important crowd people who are traveling between church and between laboratories. We will take Pope to the laboratory, or we will take a laboratory to the Pope residency place, and there we will connect some devices to the Spirit of the Jesus and to Holy Spirit, and they will talk to all of the nations. I promise you to do this. I am not joking. I am not crazy. I will prove for you scientifically. Later on, we will speak about that. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you all. And thank you so much.